I'm back with a project. Today I decided to get a couple of baskets planted, and I thought I'd take you along with me. So follow me, let's go. So I have these old baskets from, I think, several years ago. I got them from a charity that was, it was a donation from a nursery to a boxer rescue, I believe, and they donate a bunch of baskets every year, and the boxer organization gets together and sells tons and tons of plants and baskets and such. And so I got these, so I'm going to reuse the wire frame on it, and then I've got a few plants to put in it. So I've got these Creeping Jenny, which I absolutely love the color and I love their growth pattern. And then I've got these African daisies. The flowers should look like that, although I've also seen pictures where they're more of like a purple gray color and not pink, but we should find out shortly because these have buds on them. And then I've got just like a mixed pack of petunias. Looks like it's a bunch of pinks and purples and whites, hopefully, because I'm not a huge fan of red, so hopefully we won't get any red ones in there. And then I got these. They're called Drop and Decorate, and I thought the colors on these Calibrachoa are just gorgeous and I love them, but they're so full right now. I think that they really need to be separated, so I thought I would just separate them out and replant them and give them a longer life, because I bet they have huge root systems under there. So to get these baskets ready, we need to remove the handle, which is done very easily. I've just got some needle nose pliers, and see if I can do this while I'm holding the camera and you can see it maybe. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this one and just bend it open. This one's pretty much open already, but I'll do it a little more here. Bend it. It's okay. Bend, 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 and 3 are off, so I have access now to the middle. And I've already done this with the other basket and replaced the cocoa liner, which I have another cocoa liner here. So I'm just going to dispose of what's already in it and put that new liner in. Also, side note, the new liner does have like it's like a plasticky, I think you can hear that, maybe even see the reflection. It has like a plastic type liner inside of it, but I am going to also line the inside of the baskets with some plastic. So I have some old fertilizer bags I'm going to cut open and line it before I put the soil in, because we get really hot here. It gets well over 100 for probably almost 100 days during the summer. So I'm going to do what I can to help it remain moist, and hopefully that'll work. So I'm going to set the camera up and get after it. So the original baskets, they had used the zip ties or cable ties to attach the liner to the actual wire part, so I'm going to do that. So we just slide it through these holes, and these are really easy to use. You push this through and hear it click. It slides through there and done. And then you can trim off the excess. And then we're going to take this bag and line it. You could use any bag, really. You could use trash bags, all sorts of things. I like to recycle. So instead of just throwing this bag out into the recycle, actually use it again. Give it a second life. So that'll help hold some moisture. Moving on to the second basket. Fresh potting mix because these are really going to be there a long time this summer. So and you can use any brand you want. got these on sale, so that's why I'm using these. I wouldn't use this kind if I was doing food. I try to use organic only when growing my own food. I use organic only. So there we go. So I'm going to make a well in the center. For my African daisies. And squeeze the pot. This has quite a lot of roots coming out the bottom. Just pull this off, no big deal. And tug. Oh my, this is a lot. So I'm going to do some root pruning on these. Okay. And there we go. Again, pull that off. It's fine. They'll be fine. Okay, so now we have those centered. Let's see what do we want to do. Probably 2 of these in each one. So here, I want you to see how I'm doing this. I'm actually taking it, digging out a well, and leaning the plant towards the side that I want it to spill out on. And then I'm packing soil back around it. And that way it creates a cascade overflow effect. So now I'm going to dissect this basket. I may only need one for both, I'm not sure. Let's see. So we're going to look underneath at where the plants actually sit. So here's one plant, and we'll try to just pull that one plant out, see if that works. So I'm just digging my hands in around and pulling up. Can you see that? I put my hand around where the plant was in the soil and just grabbed it and pulled up. And now I want this to cascade over as well. want this to cascade over as well, so I'm going to place it on the edge with it cascading over, because this African daisy is going to get 12 by 12, it says. So we need to give it a little bit of room to spread out. So I'm going to lean this and then pack the soil in around it. And we're going to do the same thing to a purple and yellow on this as well. So here we go. I think this one's purple. I'm going to put my hand around and pull up carefully, removing it. There we go. And this one seems to be leaning this way more, so I'm going to put it in the pot this direction so it can cascade off the side. So there we go. And I'll separate these just a little bit more. Just adjust as you go. There we are. And now we'll do hopefully a yellow one. Let's see. And yes, yellow, and that was just broken. Okay, so this one is really cascading this way, so I'm gonna turn it so you can see that. I'm gonna turn it this way to hang over and cascade over the edge. And that's quite a large root ball, so I need to make a pretty good sized well for it. And that's so big, really I don't need any other colors on this side. So now everything is packed in pretty good, and I'm just going to add soil to the spots that are low to make sure everything's pretty flush on top and no roots are exposed. And just push everything in and make sure it's solid. And repeat the process on the next basket. Okay, so I did pink, purple, yellow. So we'll see if we have enough plants to do this. We got pink and purple at the same time. That time they both came out, and we won't separate them. We don't want to do too much root damage to these plants because we need them to stay alive and grow. So I'm just going to place them in there like that and let them recover. Hopefully they'll recover. That was pretty brutal on the roots, but I think they'll be okay. Okay, so that side's done. And now this gorgeous yellow. Calibraco is one of my favorites. So there we go. Try to center it a little bit. And I think there's enough soil in this, so I don't need to add any more. And these are our gorgeous baskets. Oh my gosh, I love them. Love, love, love. So pretty. It's going to be beautiful when these bloom. And we didn't even use this one at all. So I need to find something else to do with those beauties. Calibrachoa likes being in pots and baskets. It doesn't do well in the ground. So I also have these petunias left, and these I can put in the ground, no problem. But the Calibrachoa, no. Which the difference is these have tiny little flowers compared to these big flowers. So they're related, but for some reason the Calibrachoa doesn't like being in the ground. I just love these. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, I also wanted to mention, you could do this in a pot. You could do this in any kind of planter. You can put Creeping Jenny and African Daisy in the ground. Just the Calibrachoa doesn't like being in the ground. And then also make sure and keep them watered pretty good. Right now, since it's cool outside, I won't have to water as often because I put that layer of plastic, which is not necessary also. You do not have to put plastic in the bottom. No problem at all. I just did that because I know it gets so hot here. And I want them to last during the summer. So I look forward to seeing them fill out gigantic. And I'll show you guys as time goes on how they look. Okay, so now that these beauties are finished, we need to put the wiring back on, which is really simple. I'll show you close-ups. Okay, so all you do is flip it back on top. It's maybe hard for you guys to see, I'm not sure. And kind of eyeball where you think they need to go. And then, can you see that? Just slide it back on, and then grab both pieces and pinch. And then you can twist this one back a little bit. The way they had it when I took it apart, it was twisted over a little bit, but I don't know if that's necessary. Okay. Again, slide it underneath and pinch it together. And then if you want, you can twist it over it some. But, and last but not least, here we go. And now it's sturdy. So also, I promised an update on the root stock sucker air layering on my plum, which has gorgeous flowers on it right now. So we get to discover what's going on together. Let's see. And that rootstock sucker has growth on it, so I don't know what that means. So exactly 1 month ago, I attempted to air layer these and wrapped them up really good. And I made a video on it if you're interested in watching. So let's see what's happening in here. I don't see any roots. longer. Squishing my jutsia on accident. Okay. Are there roots in there? Okay, so I'm gonna pull off the tape. Open it up. I don't see any roots. On the plum. Also, the tree's growing, so I'm wondering if I didn't get deep enough into the cambium. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments, because I am not sure. I guess we can go check the cherry. So here's the cherry. It's also in a precarious spot, so let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's get it open. This one also is growing. There's new growth on it. I just knocked some of it off, but let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's open it up and see what's happening. Our little science experiment. Do we see any roots? It's really moist. I don't see any roots though. Again. So I'm probably ruining it. How is it growing still? I scratched all the way around it. Seems like that would have killed it. Okay, I guess I'm going to cut them off to allow the plant to produce growth at the tips instead of allowing this shoot to grow from the rootstock. But you guys let me know what you think. Did I do it wrong? Teach me. Let's learn together. While I have your attention, I thought I would show you my front garden. My roses never lost their leaves. It didn't get cold enough, I guess. We got down to 7 degrees around Christmas time. But my beautiful little tulips are coming up. I planted these the other day, and then we got a huge windstorm, but everybody looks pretty good, so I'm thankful for that. And I just transplanted these tulips into this pot. Was that yesterday or the day before? So I'm really liking this arrangement. So this is a carex. And then these are geranium, bacopa, some more creeping jenny. I love creeping jenny. Another bacopa, another calibrachoa. I love calibrachoa too. And then this is a little English colonnade holly. I got, I think, 6 of those. Just putting them around everywhere. I like them a lot. They're beautiful. And then this is an azalea. Got some more roses and a palm tree, and this tulip is open. So pretty. I'm so excited. Still got some pansies going for it. Candy tuft. Not a lot going on up front. I'm trying to fill in with some things. I've got some bulbs coming up. My daylilies. Gara's coming back. So it's starting to fill in. Things are coming back. This Artemisia's putting out some new growth. That's pretty. I put some cabbage up here. Or maybe it's broccoli. Cabbage or broccoli, I don't know which. And they have been here for months and just haven't done anything. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. But my spring bulbs are still coming. There's a bunch of tulips. And my summer bulbs are coming up too. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if you can see that, but there is some gladiolus and hollyhock coming up right there. And then I believe this is daffodil that hasn't bloomed yet, which is interesting because the gladiolus and hollyhock are coming in so strong. Those are gladiolus. These are allium. Very exciting. I just stepped on a gladiola. Goodness gracious. Another geranium. So more candy tuft. So pretty. Oh, my hyacinth is strange and unusual. I wonder if it's supposed to look like that. The other ones don't look like that. The other ones. Interesting. Anyway, oh look. My clematis or clematis, however you say it, is coming. Excellent. It's got new growth. Lovely. All right. I'll let y'all go. See you next time. Thanks for watching.